Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and on today's video we're going to break down the best Universal Orlando hotels for families. And if you've been watching our channel, you already know that Universal Orlando has some amazing things going on inside of the theme parks. However, we feel like it can be a little tricky, especially when you start to figure out, hey, how do I keep my little ones occupied throughout this entire vacation? And of course, we know that families have, kids of all different ages, and so it can be tough to really kind of find the perfect balance and mix for everyone to have fun. And that's really what this video is about. We've done hotel videos in the past. However, this one is specifically, hey, if you're a family 4, 5, 6, or a little bit of a larger group, we're going to cover essentially everything that you need to know about the best hotels for those types of situations. So if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip, just be sure to stick around until the end of this video. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, we are about to jump into the best Universal Orlando hotels for families. Now, Universal Orlando offers 8 on-site hotels, each with a unique charm and family-friendly amenities. But today we're focusing on the ones that really stand out and we feel like are the best for those families, specifically for families with little kids, kids of all different ages. So you're trying to get a little bit of everything, keep everyone occupied. But before we jump into that, let's just go over the basics. Let's start with what are the 8 Universal Orlando hotels. And for starters, we do have the Universal Endless Summer Resort Dockside, Endless Summer Resort Surfside. We have Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort, Universal's Aventura Resort, Universal's Sapphire Falls, Universal's Royal Pacific Resort, the Hard Rock Hotel, and then of course Universal's Portofino Bay Resort. Now all of these hotels do come with some really amazing amenities. Some of the amenities include early park admission, free merchandise delivery to your hotel, and then of course over at those premier resorts you do have those free Universal Express passes. You can get upgraded to first come seating at a lot of the on-site sit-down dining restaurants, and then we can't forget the free transportation, which is included at all of the hotels to take you to and from your hotel to the theme parks. Now, when it comes to ranking the best family resorts, we are going to do the top 5 in our opinion, and we're going to start from the top and work our way down to number 1. And so starting at number 5, we do have the Hard Rock Hotel. Now, the Hard Rock is always a classic when it comes to being a Universal Studios resort, and this is the perfect hotel if you love to, live like a rock star. Really specifically, if you have teens or, older kids in your party, they're going to love the Hard Rock Hotel. Now, rooms here are going to be starting at $359 a night, and some of the highlights from an amenity standpoint are going to be the amazing 12,000 square foot pool. This pool also has a splash around area for the little ones. It is zero entry with a white sand beach, and we can't forget the 260 foot water slide. Now, another really cool thing about this pool is that it does have an underwater sound system, so you can kind of listen to music underwater, which is really unique. And then of course Universal does keep families occupied with a bunch of games throughout the day, such as ping pong tournaments, water balloon tosses, pool basketball, hula hoop contests, and arts and crafts. The Hard Rock Hotel also does have, of course, the latest arcade games in the arcade, and one of the other reasons why we really love this hotel, and it did make the list of top 5, is just because of the different room types, right? So at the Hard Rock, we do have the standard rooms, we have deluxe rooms, we have the Future Rockstar Suites, which are 800 square foot suites, which can sleep up to 5 guests. We have the King Suites, which can sleep up to 4 guests. We have the Hospitality Suite, and then the Graceland Suite, which is 2,000 square feet, a baby grand piano, whirlpool tub, and enough space to sleep up to 7 guests. And last but not least, one of the real reasons why we did want to make sure to put this on the list, and specifically, like I said, for families who have teens or older teens who can go over to the theme parks by themselves, or they're at that age, this is the closest hotel to the theme park. So you can walk over to the theme parks, or you can very simply hop onto one of the boats to take you over to City Walk, but you're in such close proximity, so again, it just had to make the list, and it's there at number 5. Okay, so moving on to number 4, and we do have Lowe's Sapphire Falls Resort, and this resort is by far one of the most loved resorts on Universal Orlando property, and I even get into it with some fans whether this hotel or the Hard Rock Hotel has the best pool. In my opinion, the Lowe's Sapphire Falls Resort has the best pool out of all the Universal Orlando hotels, but that's just me. But one of the main reasons why we do love this hotel is because we feel like not only from a amenity standpoint, which is the amazing pool, from a room standpoint, it has a ton of suite options, but it's right in the middle from a price standpoint, right? So that's why we felt it is one of the top hotels when it comes to family vacations. So when we start to jump into the amenities, like I said, Sapphire Falls is actually home to the largest pool of any of the Universal Orlando resorts. The main pool is 16,000 square feet, has 2 sand beaches, cascading waterfalls, and of course it is zero entry for the little ones, and it does have an amazing water slide as well. Now again, to keep everyone occupied throughout the day, you do have those pool area games, which is ping pong tournaments, water balloon tosses, hula hoop contests, and an outdoor pool table. But of course, we do have an amazing arcade at this hotel as well. But I would say the thing that really sticks out about the Sapphire Falls Resorts is all of the room types. So we do have the standard rooms, we have a lagoon view room, pool view rooms, we have the kids suites, which are 529 square feet. We do have the king suites, which are 599 square feet. And then we have the Sapphire suites. Now these luxury suites offer a large bedroom, dining and living area, wet bar, and 2 bathrooms. Now these can comfortably fit up to 5 guests, however, with rollaway beds, and you can actually add on additional rooms to these suites. You can fit up to 10 guests within like one space. So as you can see, this gives you a lot of flexibility, especially if you're traveling with larger parties. And last but not least, we do have the hospitality suites, which is a similar situation. You can kind of upgrade and add an additional connecting bedroom for an additional fee, and this can sleep up to 8 guests. Okay, so now we're really jumping into the fun hotels, specifically for families, because we're going to start talking about some theme rooms. And in at number 3, we do have Loews Royal Pacific Resort. Now, this is my favorite premier resort over at Universal Orlando, and this is by far, I would say, the most popular hotel for families who are looking to get a great price, but also get that free Universal Express Pass. And so that's why it's so high on the list as one of the best hotels for families visiting Universal Orlando. Now, Royal Pacific Resort has a Polynesian paradise. Resort rooms will typically start at $325 per night and have views of the beautiful tropical landscaping and South Sea decor. Now, just like the other hotels on this list, one of the main amenities is, of course, going to be that family lagoon-style pool. Now, this gradual swimming pool features a Royal Bali Sea interactive water play area for the kids, and that's another reason why we did love this hotel. And families can play at the pool all day long with ping pong tournaments, water balloon tosses, pool basketball. There's a lot of hula hoop contests going on at Universal. And then, of course, arts and crafts. Last but not least, located next to the pool, of course, we do have an arcade to keep the kids occupied. But now jumping into the rooms over at Royal Pacific, and in our opinion, this is one of the things that really makes this hotel stand out. We do, of course, have those standard rooms. We have king suites, which are 670 square feet, sleep up to 4 guests with a king bed and pull-out sofa. But now we're going to start to jump into the Jurassic World Kids Suites. Now, just like it sounds, these kids suites are specifically themed after Jurassic Park. And if you have any Jurassic Park fans in your family, of course, they're going to love this, just because the theming really is over the top. And this is something that's so unique specifically to Universal Orlando Resort. Taking it one step further, we also do have club guest rooms, which will give you those special amenities, such as free drinks, free snacks throughout the day, and access to the club level lounge. We do have 1-bedroom hospitality suites, and last but not least, we do have 2-bedroom hospitality suites. Overall, though, I just love the theming of this hotel, and I also think that the lobby and just there's a couple restaurants in the lobby bar, just everything about this hotel is over the top. I'm not saying that the other premier resorts aren't. Just my personal taste, though, I like Royal Pacific over the other hotels. Okay, so we are moving along, and over at number 2, we do have Loews Portofino Bay Resort. Now, I would say when you're looking at the theming of some of the rooms, specifically for the really, really young kids, for the little ones, Loews Portofino Bay does have to be on your radar, specifically if you have Minion fans in your family, and we will get into that in a few. Now, when we break down Loews Portofino Bay, it is all about luxury, which is inspired by the beauty of the seaside village of Portofino, Italy. Now, this premier hotel at Universal immerses you fully into cobblestone streets, a sparkling bay filled with colorful canoes, and romantic Italian architecture. At Portofino Bay, you will also find charming live music among the streets lined with lush cypress trees, and vegetation. Now, rooms at Portofino Bay start at $388 per night, which seems like a small price considering that you're going to be transported across the wall to a small village in the Italian Riviera. Now, like I said, when we start to look into, the amenities and stuff like that, one of the main amenities is going to be the pool. Portofino Bay actually has 3 pools, but the main one is the beach pool, which is a kid-friendly pool with a Roman aqueduct themed water slide and a sandy beach. Now, same like the other ones, you do have all of those great, fun activities going on throughout the day. And of course, you do have a really, really great arcade located right next to the pool. But for the kids, when we really look at, hey, why is Portofino Bay so high on the list? Specifically, like I said, if you have very young kids, they are going to love the Minion suites at Portofino Bay. The Despicable Me Minion themed suites are the most popular for families with young kids, and the suites are going to be 800 square feet with a separate bedroom with 2 twin Despicable Me themed beds and also a king bed for the adults. Now, when we start to break down the prices for the Minion suites, you can expect to pay around $870 per night. But again, we really do think that everyone will love it. And essentially everything from the movies, you'll come back and you're essentially right in Gru's laboratory. But if Minions are not your thing, of course, Lowe's Portofino Bay Resort does have a bunch of other options for families, such as those standard guest rooms, deluxe rooms, hospitality suites, the Portofino suite, the Villa suite, and then the Minion suites like we mentioned. I would say this by far is one of the most popular hotels for guests who are really looking to take advantage of those hospitality and the concierge type of rooms. And I would also say out of all of them, I've been in all of the concierge lounges. Universal's given us, tours and stuff like that. I've never actually personally stayed at them just because typically when I go, like I said, I will stay at Sapphire Falls or I'll stay at Royal Pacific. When I'm paying out of my own pocket, those are just the hotels that I'm very comfortable staying at. And I think for the price, I'm very, very happy with the standard rooms. But from what I have seen, Portofino Bay by far has the nicest concierge lounge, club level lounge, and it has an amazing view. You really feel like you're in the middle of Italy. So I think that's important as well. And again, I know that, every family is different. Sometimes you might be going with larger groups. Sometimes it might just be more of a smaller group. I think that Portofino Bay is also the best Universal Orlando hotel for adults. So if you are, planning an adults only trip and you stumbled upon this video, this is a great hotel to consider and look at for your next Universal Orlando vacation. Okay, so in at number 1, what is the best Universal Orlando hotels for families? And we do have to give it to Cabana Bay Beach Resort. And very simply, when we looked at everything and we really, kind of started to break down like, hey, all of the amenities, but also the reason why Cabana Bay is number 1 is from a price standpoint. I mean, it literally will fit into almost every single family's, budget as you start to break down and look at the different Universal Orlando hotels, just because it is considered a prime value resort. And we needed to take that into consideration as well and say, hey, for the price point, you do get so many amenities and there's so much stuff going on at this hotel. And it's just very clear that Universal Orlando had families in mind when they built the Cabana Bay Beach Resort. So Cabana Bay is a hip and retro themed resort that will transport your family back to the 1950s and 60s. Now, this resort was created, of course, with family fun in mind, with 2 relaxing pools, a 10-lane bowling alley, and even a lazy river within one of those pools for relaxation in mind. Now, when we start to break down the amenities, of course, just like I said, Cabana Bay is the best family resort, and specifically because of everything it has going on within the parks. Now, over at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, we do have 2 amazing pools. One of them is going to include a dive tower themed water slide, and then of course the other pool has the really, really popular lazy river. Not only that, but families can go and enjoy that bowling alley, like we said, but also for the younger teens, we do have an amazing gym here. I know that's important for a lot of families. And then of course we do have the Atomic Tonic Bar, we have fire pits, and then cabanas for rent. Last but not least, we can't forget about the arcade to keep everyone occupied throughout the day. Now, another reason why we do love this hotel and why it was number 1 on the list is because of the different room types and, again, the affordability of those family suites when you do start to look at options for families of 5, 6, and more, right? So at Cabana Bay, we do have the standard rooms, we have the poolside standard rooms, we have the Volcano Bay View standard rooms, which, again, in my opinion, the price point and to have a room with a theme park view, you will not find this anywhere else at Universal or at Disney. And then breaking into those, family suites, and we do have the interior entry family suite. So both of these suites offer access through an interior entry and can sleep up to 6 guests, with 2 queen beds and a pull-out sofa. Now, both rooms within this suite are going to be 400 square feet. And of course, they do have a little kitchenette area and a small living room area, which is very, very important. We do have exterior entry family suites, which are a little bit more affordable. Same concept. These are going to sleep up to 6 guests. And then we have those Volcano Bay 2-bedroom suites, which can sleep up to 8 guests. And some of them do come with those amazing views of Volcano Bay. The other really cool thing that I will say about Cabana Bay is we've talked about Volcano Bay a lot. It is literally in your backyard. So if you're going to the Universal Orlando water park a lot throughout your trip, this might be a great hotel option for you just because you can very simply walk straight to the theme parks. And when I say it's less than a 5-minute walk, I really, really mean that. It is less than a 5-minute walk. Well, I guess from Cabana Bay property to Volcano Bay, I will say one of the caveats and one of the cons of Cabana Bay, it is probably the biggest Universal Orlando hotel. So it can be a little bit of a walk from your room to the lobby. I will say that. That's one of the things that I'm not crazy about. However, from an amenity standpoint, from a price standpoint, just from having a bunch of options for every single person in your family, I do think the Cabana Bay needed to be at number 1 as the best hotel for families at Universal Orlando Resort. And so that is the list, everyone. Those are the best hotels for families visiting Universal Orlando. I really, really hope that you found this video helpful. I hope that you maybe learned additional thing or two just about the different amenities or what's going on at these individual hotels over at Universal Orlando. Again, in my opinion, you really can't go wrong with any of them just because of the amazing amenities that Universal does give you and those added benefits such as early park admission, the free transportation, merchandise delivery, all that good stuff. And of course, if you are in the process of planning a Universal Orlando trip and you do need a little additional help, just be sure to go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. We actually have a bunch of discounted Universal Orlando vacation packages, including every single hotel I just mentioned on this list. You will have a personal vacation planner if you do decide to book through our small business. But outside of that, we have a bunch of free vacation planning tools, essentially everything you need to be as prepared as possible for your next Universal Orlando trip. I really, really appreciate everyone checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.